Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube, Resident under slash of under slash Collinwood for BitChute, and I'm here to give a review for the movie Never Hike in the Snow, done by Womp Stomp Films. And I've watched a ton of fan films, and look, I'm not saying these fan filmmakers don't try, they do. The fans put their money into this, and the filmmakers put their money into this. Now, this was a 30-minute film, and you have this photographer who's in the woods of Crystal Lake, around the campgrounds, and he's he's gets killed by Jason. And here's what the thing. Number one, why is this kill in slow motion? like, did do you really have to have Jason in slow motion? To me, no. And did Jason Voorhees forget how to kill with a bow and arrow? I would think not, considering the son of a bitch knows how to throw an axe and kill somebody for sure. Remember in the remake or reboot, if you will, that he throws an axe. Well, here he shoots an arrow and hits the guy in the leg. Doesn't hit him in the back, hits him in the leg. And then, they have the soundtrack, the slow motion. I didn't love the slow motion. I just didn't feel you needed the music, with that. That's my view of it. And then Jason disappears and then reappears and kills him. And I didn't see the point for Jason to disappear at that point in time. But yes, I am going to say what I liked about this movie, but I'm going to talk about what I didn't like. I did not love how, when they shot the night sequences with the cops, now keep in mind the cops, the sheriff particularly, they know he's dead, but they're covering up his murder as a missing person, which, hey, it makes sense because considering in the reboot, when the brother came calling, he said no, the officer says, hey, people go missing around here all the time. So that made sense, to me. I didn't mind that, but what I minded was there were sequences in that movie, the night sequences, where it was just too dark to tell what the hell was going on with the cops, and I just didn't love it. To me, what I loved most of all, two things. Number one, I love the interaction with Jason and Jason's mother's head. I thought that was beautifully shot and well written and well done. I thought that the first person angle, I love that because, hey, Jason could be anywhere when you're, viewing from, when you're using it from someone's own point of view and they have a gun, it's not Jason. So Jason could literally be anywhere. I mean, ready to just pop out and kill you. And that's terrifying. I think that was, to me, the most terrifying part of it. As far as Tommy Jarvis, I love Tim Mathis, but I felt he was wasted in this movie. And I heard, I don't know if this is, done in parts, going to be done in parts or not, but let me say this. They did nothing to make me want to come back. Where Never Hike Alone, they did make me want to come back and go, okay, what else do you have? This, they didn't. There wasn't enough here to make me want to come back. And that's the one thing I take away the most. To me, this story should have been Tommy Jarvis and Jason, not a photographer and Jason, the cops and Jason. To me, this should have been Tommy just hunting for Jason in the woods. That's what this should have been. And that's what I was hoping for when I watched it, but that's not what I got. So, if you want to say I had a preconceived notion going into it, then I guess guilty. But as far as the overall movie, what I thought of this 30 minutes, I just, it's 30 minutes I wish I could get back. And again, I'm not saying there weren't good parts in it. I just said those parts were. And I just feel they just did not make the most of their time with what they had. There are the girl's interaction of her being upset. I like that because again, that's her family member, and I could understand that when the cop tells you someone's missing. And I love how the cop's sneaking in his bedroom. That I like, but again, there's just too much here that they did not make me want to come back with this. And that's what I'll say. That's my takeaway of this fan film done by Womp Stomp Films. That's my honest review. And that's the thing, if these fan filmmakers, yes, they do put their own money into these fan films, but they also do Indiegogo campaigns where, they're asking fans to pay for this. And it's like this. I've never paid for one fan film, and no offense, I've only seen 2 that I've ever wanted to pay for. So that's what I'll say. And this wasn't one of them. One of them actually was Never Hike Alone. I didn't pay for that, but when I watch these, I go, okay, give me a reason to invest my money, and could you imagine a studio watching this and saying the same thing? What are you giving me to make me want to invest my money? And that's the thing. When I watch this, I'm going, okay, give me something to make me want to invest my money in your film. Are fan films the future? I think they'll be the future if they actually stop using pre-existing products. Meaning, don't use a Friday the 13th. Don't use a Halloween. Don't use a Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't use Alien, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so forth and so forth and so forth. Create your brand. Look, it's sort of like music. Yes, bands do play cover songs, but the bands who make it create their own music, their own, what defines them, what separates them from the rest of the pack. And what I'll say to that is, I have not seen any fan filmmaker really create their own brand, create their own franchise. And that's something I would want to personally see more of from any fan filmmaker. Take the fan out of the filmmaking and create your own shit. They do put their own material together for pre-existing products. They do that. But what I'm saying is, stop using the pre-existing products and actually create your own brand, your own franchises, and tell those stories. Because I think eventually you're going to get more out of those than you are these. As for this, again, there's nothing that makes me want to come back. So that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Link will be in the description box if you want to go check it out. I'll see you guys.